fellow humans, it is me, Fuzz, yes. I have challenged my younger brother to Pokemon battles, as we will be playing Pokemon Violet. I have prepared in advance up to a point, mostly just organizing my Pokemon and stuff like that, because there's a lot of things to be done with my Pokemon boxes or I guess the Pokemon in the Pokemon boxes. Sorting out their moves and stuff like that. But aside from managing things like that and trying to sort out their moves, didn't really do anything. Like, I think I haven't really even moved really from the spot. But as you can see, my team is different. But this isn't even the team I'm going to be using. I had in mind to use this on someone else. I kind of do want to use this one, though. This moveset I gave it was particularly set up in mind for him. However, well, I think it's best to save that one for a different time. Yes. This time, I'm going to go full force and use the Pokemon I've been withholding. Meaning Pokemon like this. Unfortunately, based on what he said to this notion, it sounds like he doesn't intend to use all his Paradox Pokemon, so I can't crush them all in one fell swoop. Or I mean like all the ones who are particularly annoying to deal with. I don't think he has any of the like the futuristic Paradox Pokemon trained that are problematic for me. He's used this one and it's been a problem. He's used this one and I don't remember it being all that big a problem. And maybe this one once or twice. And I think it was a problem in the moment. Oh shoot, but I moved all their items, including... Maybe I didn't save it with that. That's weird. Unfortunately, my younger brother isn't really feeling all that well. Which is part of the reason why he isn't in here. Yes, instead he's in the other room. Wait a minute, but if I didn't save that, do you have your moves? Oh no. I remember I couldn't sort out a better move for it, so you're gonna have that again. This. And Giga Train. Okay. And now we're ready. We'll just try a link battle. I will go and inform him that it's a single battle. I shall be back. I'll pause. Yes. It connected, despite the distance. I didn't expect it to connect over this distance, but I mean, it should, so it's good, yes. Now, we will grace him with some of the most potent of my army. Someone has disconnected. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, well that's a new one. It went from us being connected to disconnecting. Okay. I wonder if this will make it more stable. Hey Connor. Let's try joining a union circle. So we should just try the battle again then. Okay. You don't suppose online mode might be a better choice? You trying to connect? Rightio. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the problem is, in trying to go online, my younger brother has just lost access to the Samurott event, which we haven't yet done. But it supposedly shows up again. We're going to try online. Because I didn't bother grab the Samurott event because I forgot and just didn't bother. We'll have to wait until it resurfaces, hopefully. Oh. Link battles. Set a code. 4, 3, 2, 1. Single battle. Alright, we found someone. Hopefully it's who we're looking for. Yes, it is. Alright, then the destruction begins. Here, and well, now-ish. My brain is immediately going to the notion of, maybe I should ease into it. No, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't indeed. Yes, 2 Paradox Pokemon. Interesting. Not as many as I'd hoped to be able to squish. But I suppose this will have to do. No? I wonder if it shows for him. You brought how many? Well, this is definitely gonna be a landslide then. Well, I'd say this battle definitely hardly counts when you only have 4 Pokemon. Then again, I suppose we could just quit. I mean, this is going to be kind of odd. Connor, if you haven't chosen your move, just quit. Yeah. Kind of weird. No! No, 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 no. Dang it, now I'm like thinking to myself, I should have just quit. I don't think anyone won in that case. Not really. Battle again with the same rules. Well, he got a slight, I guess, informative display as to what I'm going to use. That is, assuming he figures I'm going to do the same thing. Suppose we'll have to see. Well, if he thinks I'm going to send out the same thing, they'll likely send out Sandy Shocks first. That's what I figure. Or I'll still send out Carl and then switch into Sandy Shocks. Yeah, that sounds like a better plan. No? In a partial state of panic, it looks like he chose to send out Sandy Shocks first. Or perhaps he was completely calm, yet still sent out Sandy Shocks. I shouldn't stand in front of this guy. He's gonna use a ground move. So I'll take it, but with someone tough. Because while my team mostly comprises of sweepers, this sweeper can really take a hit. Perhaps using this so early is not a good idea. But let's show him power. Very nice. Oh. Oh. Not that it'll matter. What if he tries to flee? Will this still kill him? This was so much stronger what I just did. Both in power and with the attack stat he would be using. I'm just gonna go for this again. If he swaps to something else, which I don't think he has any ghosts, so I don't really have to be too concerned. Any moment now, he's gonna have to do something. It looks like he's gonna take it. So then, who comes out next to try to fight? My toughest member is out right now. So this should pose a notable challenge for anyone who wants to somehow topple this guy. Even if they can get around his strength, killing him in time will be a whole different story. Very nice. I wonder if you have a flying move. Very nice indeed. You're resistant to what I have prepared. So either go with this, or go with this. Almost twice the power of this. But theoretically, if I did this twice, this would be stronger. And more accurate. And could make it flinch. You're tough. Sunny day, huh? Is there anyone that I have who can benefit from this? None come to mind immediately. I removed solar beam. That would have been nice to keep. None of them directly benefit from this. I must press on regardless. We've killed off one of the Paradox Pokemon. And this one's gonna go down. One way or another. Well, stab and the terrestrialization. This should be the same as this. And if it's exponential, it would be even stronger. Still. Even if it's not even stronger, the reality is I have a higher defense stat, so here we go. Looks like it's a good thing I swapped to a stronger move, but if he's healing that much, it might be a bit of a difficulty. Should I continue with flinching, or... Let's hit him again. Oh, that's right, the sun's up. Shoot. It's not healing him as much as I thought it was. I figured it was going to be like a full heal. Shouldn't it be a full heal? This is weird. Ow. Now you're in trouble, because you're going to want to put the sun back out, aren't you? Even if you heal now, it's not going to be as much. Or it shouldn't be. Ooh! You choose to carry on, huh? Two Paradox Pokemon and almost took out Zamazenta. He shouldn't have any ghosts. Meaning if his goal is to flee, then he can get squashed, for all I care. I see. Spiced roses. Exiting the field then. Right now. If it survived, that would have been impressive. But it wouldn't have been able to do anything. So you're supposedly the only one who's got a chance, huh? Let's see about that chance you might have. Jet punch? A silly notion. I only imagine he would do this if he thinks that I can one-shot him. But I can't. At least I don't think I can. Oh! I wonder what type. Oh. He very well might be going for a jet punch then. Or has he still got wave crash like that? He went first! He's faster than me. My. Well done. You managed to fell my toughest. Right. Who to bring out? I think theoretically it just makes sense to bring out you. Bye-bye, Carl, and everyone else who you care about, for that matter. Back to step one. Obliteration. Wait, it could have jet punch. It probably has jet punch. You're not gonna water punch a dragon, are you? Then again, if you don't, you're not gonna get any hit on me. So I guess it would make sense. But with such a notion, I should have tried to life drain. Instead, I've gone all the way into making sure that I one-shot him. Wait, it's already hurt. Oh yeah, I used wave crash. Huh. He's probably contemplating whether he should try to go first. Or bet that he'll be able to... Oh? He's chosen to sacrifice someone. Then you disappear. That is the power that I've been withholding. It both feels good and a little bad to make use of it in such a way, though. I mean, when I mentioned that I was going to bring a ridiculously powerful team, or group of Pokemon, he didn't sound too eager to bring all his Paradox Pokemon this time. I wonder how it would have turned out if he actually did. How much better would they survive, if at all? I mean, I just mowed through... I just blasted through... Wait a minute, it's just occurred to me there's a flaw in the concept of my team. But then again, that depends if I'm really just sticking with the notion of stomping on Paradox Pokemon. I don't dislike Paradox Pokemon in general. I do dislike part of how the whole matter was handled. I guess design-wise, because it's like, it's very odd. More specifically about their Pokedex entries, though. That's the thing that bugs me the most, because it's like they don't have one. Miraidon and Koraidon are a bit different in that regard. I mean, this should be good enough to kill you. You're not gonna outspeed me, even if you get a turn to buff. I just blasted through someone who was resistant to me. I should just keep going with this. Disappear! But if I'm powerful enough to blast through someone who's resistant to me, what would it take to survive that? Maybe his Miraidon just isn't very tough at all? spec'd into a full sweeper, but then uses sabotaging support attributes. He swapped into it, hoping to probably prepare something for Carl so he could take a hit. But there ain't no way Carl's gonna take a hit. He's gonna get mowed by this bike dragon. There it is. That little bit of damage versus mowing through a full Pokemon's health bar with a not very effective move. My. That surprised me only a little bit, because I expected it to still hurt quite a bit, but I wasn't sure if it was going to just kill it straight up. I should go ask if he's up for a double battle, or if I should alter the team. I'll be back. I'm back. Bit of a time skip, sort of. It's time for our next battle. Single battle, Connor. I forgot to mention that before. But he's readied his team for the most part. I've managed to convince him to use his dreaded Paradox Pokemon. Even though I'm technically using one myself. Huh. What? No one can be found? I'll just try it again. What? Yeah. I am searching. Oh, very nice. Alright. Then it begins. I wonder what he'll be expecting. Oh my, look at this team. Very interesting. He has a lot of confidence in this bear, it seems. It's not that it's a bad Pokemon, it's just that almost every time I tried to make use of it, its full potential, it kind of failed me, and I was like very sad. Okay, no, let's stick to the plan. Stick to the plan indeed. Actually, no. Minor alteration. You first, then you, then you, then you, then you, then you. He's hoping this is the right call. No, that Fluttermane has me concerned. I'm just noticing it there. How dreadful. Time's running out. Very nice. I wonder if it's to both of them or just one of them. They means. Of course it's you. You're what I was most concerned about looking at his team. Unfortunately, I appear to have brought out the wrong Pokemon for this. is any recourse to this notion. None that are safe. If he anticipates it, he'll go with something else. But his one's not fast enough. This is probably the best choice I can go for. But should I sacrifice Chen Power now? I need to take this chance. I need to get rid of this Fluttermane. It must disappear. Only your fire move holds a chance against me. Or 3-ish turns that also would have a chance against me. That's a little scary. Let the breaking commence. What are you gonna do now, Fluttermane? Where are you gonna run? If you think you can hide from the calamity contained in these jaws, you're wrong. If he sticks around, a fire move will do. Unless he's given it something else. Oh? Then, we meet head on, chancing the notion that you'll survive my wrathful attack. Let us see who breaks. The terrestrialization is dealt with, and so is Fluttermane, two of the biggest concerns of this battle. Have been eliminated simultaneously. Now who will challenge Zacian next? He may have not had anything great in mind to deal with my Zamazenta, but what was he going to do about my Zacian? Of course, he could have meant both my dogs when he said he didn't have anything great to deal with the dogs. I wasn't sure if he said dogs or dog. I think in theory, both Chen Pao and Zamazenta might be the softest hitting Pokemon I have in this team. This is a little tough. I don't exactly have something good against you. That which you would never expect has arrived. Fitting, isn't it? Oh, you survived. That's a little horrifying. Here's hoping that no one somehow outspeeds Zacian. Otherwise, this will be... Well, I think this won't hurt me, though, because it's not like a direct contact move. Oh, it still hurt me. Okay. I mean, I guess the sword would make direct contact, but I didn't expect to actually... That could have darn near killed me. That was very close. He gave it what I kind of wanted to give my one, but I chose against it. Oh my! It was a gamble. He wasn't going to go first, so it was better than not doing anything. I can't really fault his choice. I didn't expect it, though. that was a little scary. I'm also a bit surprised I wasn't able to kill it in a single hit. This one must be very interestingly trained. Similar to my one. If it wasn't for it bearing the fire type, I could have just used Behemoth Blade and killed it for sure. Or so I think? Yeah, theoretically it would have been still stronger than even this terrestrialized sacred sword. Slitherwing. Let's play! Torn apart in all the fun. My. And you? What will you do? Theoretically, these are the same. This one's just more accurate. Well, in this case, sort of the same. Though this might lower their attack, while this might ignore their attributes. Going with the notion of not missing. Taste my blade. Well done. Quite the tough one, aren't you? Oh. What should I do here? One of you two, definitely. Wonder if I should take that chance. No, take this. Oh no! That doesn't exactly have a high chance of missing. I should have buffed. But then I could have just missed after I buffed and then I would have died. So I suppose it's a good thing I didn't. Crikey, who's faster, you or me? Well, that's alarming. You should probably come down from there. Taken down the moon. Very nice. But a new one rises to take its place. Alright, bear. Show me what you can do. I'll chomp through your defense, no matter how high you think it is. Well, I guess I didn't get all the way through. I'm not really sure how he trained his... Crap, this is actually a little bit rough, and it's his last guy. His last guy's a ground type. He saved it for last on purpose. Clever. Okay. Dang it! Only that happened in reverse up to a point where I got the critical hit and you didn't. Who comes out next? I should save you for last. Either or does the trick. But it probably isn't resistant to this. Well, it can't terrestrialize. This would be the better choice, I think. Especially given what it'll try to do. This is the end for you, bear. It was a lot more of a fruitful battle than the previous. And they weren't even all Paradox Pokemon. Very nice. I should probably go converse with him to decide what our next battle will be. So, I will be back. That was interesting. He says he wants a rematch. So, we battle again. All right. Here we go. Yeah, according to him, he made a bunch of mistakes in the previous fight. I didn't really see many things that I would say were mistakes. Not off the top of my head, no. His Roaring Moon got one shot. His Slitherwing got dealt with fairly quickly. Fluttermane fortunately didn't get to do much, because I made sure to put an end to its tyranny, or would-be tyranny, that it would have attempted to unleash. Oh! Well then. What will you do to me, huh? Let's see what power you hold. I wonder if it's gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do my thing, that's for sure. I wonder if he's arranged its moves differently. I mean, he was surprised when he saw that mine had Play Rough that one time I used it on him. I guess that was the last time I used it on. Oh no, ground type. Smart choice. Oh, he spoiled the surprise. Okay. Should I take this chance? I should. Though, I should have been more careful and analyzed the situation a bit more strategically. I just really wanted to do what I'm doing now. While I wouldn't call it a mistake, I am a little unsure as to if this is going to be a good idea. I'm hoping he's going to put the weather out. Worst comes to worst, he is actually going to try to paralyze whoever I just sent out. That would be probably the worst case scenario. Oh, he just tried to go for the kill. Works for me. Now, what would he have? He's either going to try to paralyze me, really obnoxiously, or I don't know. Do I have anyone else who can make use of that when I put it down? Sounds like it would be next in line. Zamzenta and Chen Pao. I don't know what he would have. What am I weak to? I'm a psychic ghost. I'm like only weak to dark and ghost, neither of which he has. Let's take a chance. Okay, I didn't get paralyzed. It's on! Except he survived, which is actually a bit scary. No paralysis. No victory. Not for your electric wielding magnets. What are you going to do against something that's going to operate a little bit like an Ultra Beast once it starts slaying your Pokemon? This one will put a rather dangerous aspect of some of these Pokemon into full effect. A near unending conquest once it begins. I wonder who you could possibly bring out to attempt to stop this. I actually think I know exactly who could. There's only one that he can bring out right now to try to stand against this. One that comes to mind anyway. None of those other Pokemon come to mind. Oh yeah, it is. That's exactly who he's bringing out. Makes me wish I still had my Terra. Because if I did, I would have just used it against this. That won't do, and well, that won't do. Neither of which will do. Standing around will just be giving you the kill. Fleeing lets you prepare for even worse things. But you can't stop the Hero Sword. Of of course, the hero sword could just miss. Ooh, scary. But even that won't stop me. Of course, unless I miss. That's like right about the only thing that could save you at this point. But should I go with this or this? Because this won't miss, but this will be strong enough to guarantee that you die. I'm going with this. I better not miss. I wonder if you're... Ooh! Not strong enough, though. And you didn't flinch me, so, down falls the false moon. Aw, my grassy train's gone. It was useful while it lasted, I suppose. Ah, so you've chosen fire, is it? All attempts to knock out Zacian. I wonder how well fleeing will do. If I was to do so, you would be in danger. You're not safe nor reasonable to switch to, and nor are you. But you two could potentially take it. If he's going with Ivy Cudgel, which he almost certainly is, it'll ignore your defense buff, making you rather much weak. It has to be you. Then again, no, because Zacian won't be able to kill it. I think even with a terrestrialization on the sword, it didn't kill it. So, what you gonna do now? Just like I expected. Problem is, I'm not a dragon type, so that was my one thing that I overlooked. This is actually gonna hurt stuff quite a bit. So I had a plan to break you in a single hit, or go with a steady heal. Which I'll have to find out after I get clobbered by that. It one-shot me! Okay. So then... there are options. And he's not gonna like this one. Now then, what should I do to you? Yes, I like the way this is looking. Do I go with this or this? It'll kill me for sure in one hit. Can this miss? It can. And that won't miss, but that can miss. Shoot. We've already seen his physical defense in play. It's fairly good. I just have to go with it. If I miss, I... Oh! Oh, wait, he's got another ground type, doesn't he? Shoot! Well, this is interesting. I wonder what it's gonna do. Well, no matter what it does, it ain't gonna work very well on this. I imagine if he's trying to kill the Regieleki with full force, he'll go with the ground. But if he anticipates that I'll swap, then he'll go with the moon attack. So then, show me what you're capable of. You missed? Question mark? Oh no. That is scary. You did like what? A little over half my health? That's pretty terrifying. Oh. Reliable indeed, it would appear. So I swapped in to take a hit. Now what do I do? I overlooked that this thing still existed. How well did you take it the other turn? It's gonna be a fairy move. I don't know if you can take it. I don't want to risk you. If it's a fairy move, it'll kill you. So either take it, but you're definitely faster than me. You're definitely faster. You're not faster than you. If I survive, I can kill you. How long is this terrain gonna last for? Crap, it leaves this turn. I have to take the chance. I'm trying to recall. Yes, he's already used his terrestrialization. Okay. Almost no matter who you bring out now, I intend to break every bit of them. Nowhere to run, Fluttermane. Or not, I suppose. I wonder what you could possibly be bringing out to take this to the face. Last time my edge met your head, it meant death. I had a gamble a miss, or a gamble that was a high roll. If that was a high roll, it's gonna be a different problem. But this kind of works out. Yes, even if it was a high roll. Because if it fails to kill you, I have something in mind. Oh, I thought it had a sliver of health roaming around, but well, it barely survived? Guess not. Now that he's out of the way, who else will take the stage in Fluttermane's stead? You've got to be kidding me. It's interesting how Ogerpon actually counters me fairly well. Nowhere left for me to run, it appears. Left to meet my fate head on. Wow, this one's rather tough, it feels like. That didn't do a whole lot of damage. Crap, that didn't do a whole lot of damage. That's actually really concerning. Can we blast it away? This is the terrestrialization. I need to break this. I need to break you. Alright, problem is if I miss. As long as that doesn't happen, it's all fine. Well, I'm dead. Bye-bye, Regilucky. You were good while you lasted, I guess. It's a shame his effect for his move disappears when he does. But now we've set it up. I don't know if he's aware of just how bad this is. But this is really bad. For him. Then again, there is something he could do, though I wouldn't recommend it. Because isn't the bear still alive? If he brings it out now... There is a gamble there to be had. Yes. But there's no guarantee that it'll actually work. He's actually staying pretty well matched with me. We both have 3 Pokemon left. Here's hoping he doesn't take a minute for each of the turns, though, because if he does, well, it's going to be decided by whoever had the better... So you have to gamble on this notion, then. Now I'll do that again. He did a little over half health. He can't do it to that extent again. So here we go again. No matter what you wish you could do, there ain't no way you're killing me with a second arrow. It's time for you to disappear. Wait a minute, did his ability not trigger a second time? Oh no. Oh, okay. I think he may have just messed up. But maybe he's aware of the other thing that I've been trying to set up. And managed to narrowly avoid it. I don't like the notion that this could end up being a loss due to time and really whack scenario like this. It's the bear. The bear and this is the only things remaining. A problem guy and a guy who's just been a problem. Crap. The ideal strategy is to save you for the bear. Because you can't kill the bear and you can. It's just a little scary. I can't sacrifice it. The battle will end in the next turn. I can gamble it all on you. The time's gonna make me lose. I don't like that. I don't like that. How fast are you? The bear hasn't been hit. Yeah, you went first anyway. Well done, you won. Unfortunately, it's because of time, though. Because if it wasn't for the time, I'd just obliterate you like this. There's no way you're faster. And without a terrestrialization to save your phantom skin, this would definitely blow you far off the battlefield. Wow, he actually won. That was a very intense battle. I really don't like time limits in Pokemon battles because it's just... No, it won't. What I needed to do was switch to Chen Pao, hoping that you would just miss. No, because I have an item that might make you miss. That's what I was betting on. in my head, but then I didn't actually choose it.
First I was going to make Rose and say he's really powerful. Then I was like, he thinks that Rose is better. He's switching to Chimpaku.
Which would definitely survive in that situation.
Yeah,
But
usually Pokemon survive this.
I will back out because I want to change my Pokemon for... You managed to win, so...
No, he's just so powerful.
Did you,
The fire one specifically is like the most powerful.
The fire one...
Use it as Zacian increase
The
defense
fire one
or
specifically is almost exactly the same as Zacian, just with a more cool typing in some ways.
350 attack stat and a bunch of defense.
Well, its signature move is better than Zacian's signature move is in this game.
Because it switches.
The only thing more solid is quite literally how Zacian's move is a steel move. Though Ogerpon's move could be a rock move, which if you ask me is in some ways more solid because nothing's immune to that.
Yeah, but the fire one.
Not even a Shed Ninja can escape.
Ninja even needs a fire.
Well, no, but the rock you got that stability where nothing would be immune. Nothing could suddenly show up to surprise you and be like, I'm just straight up immune to this.
But you'll be able to see the immunities coming because only of those who can learn the ability.
But then you have to make it a choice. You can either use the move knowing that they have that guy in the background who could just
Though sometimes
swap.
you just need to accept that. Like Regieleki, for example.
No.
I'm surprised at you choosing an electrical again. I could have literally gone through the exact same look and got a free turn, or killed your Regieleki for free.
Well, what was you expecting me to do? Ancient power?
I expected to switch
I wasn't sure.
because it was almost certainly going to happen. But it's like, if he predicts the switch, then I should just take it.
In the end, that last turn I failed to choose, so...
It resulted in me losing the Ogerpon, and since his speed is only around 300 something without adding much to it.
How's your Fluttermane speed?
350. Why? Most of your dudes have speed, I'm pretty sure.
The only one who doesn't is the Zamzenta.
Well, yeah, because I deduced at some point that he must have somewhere around 300.
Well, he has 323.
Yeah, but I deduced that through someone going before. I can't remember. Or just someone.
Well,
I knew that.
That was a very intense battle.
Yeah.
My only chance there, based on your speed, was to switch to Chen Pao. If I had done so, and you missed, that would have been my chance to strike back.
Yeah, what is it? As it goes to show, designing a Fluttermane like mine isn't ideal against really high tier sweepers that you almost certainly designed specifically to sweep.
Well, that would be the Kylorax, yes. This one, 400.
Yeah, actually, the Chen's Pao according to Xavier specializes in speed, so.
Well, my Chen Pao doesn't specialize in sweeping at all.
Well, that's why
It's-
I mentioned what I mentioned, because it probably can have over 350 without doing much to its speed.
Yeah, mine has, like, EV-wise, it almost has max in attack. Almost. If it doesn't have max in speed, it has nature buff, though. But yeah, you actually beat the team, so I guess it's only fitting that I change it at this point.
What is it?
I'm intrigued. You beat one of the strongest, most broken seeming teams that I could just, like, whip up without really too much heavy thought.
He's going to switch. I really want to use this deadly normal crystal 1.5 times Blood Moon on him. And half health cube mega tank.
So at this point, now I need to create
Crazy, huh?
I need to create a more actually devastating
Mega tank
team.
was half health.
Oh, actually, there is something. Hold on, I'm gonna bring those Pokemon back. So I do want to try that again, actually. Except now I want to try it at double battle.
Oh,
Because I did want to try that.
what do you mean?
I wanted to try doing that in a double battle, that same battle.
Alright. I'm very disappointed.
Radio. Wow, that was really intense. And I actually lost too. Due to time. I mean, there is a chance, a small chance, that his Fluttermane would be tough enough to survive the Kyrax. Or however you pronounce that odd Pokemon's name. But that would have not necessarily stopped the onslaught from that point. The thing that would have stopped it is if the bear could survive Chen Pao from start to finish. Because if it's just Chen Pao and the bear left over, then it's going to be a problem. Yeah, that was tough. My. The next strongest team I try to make is going to be more carefully thought out in some regards. Because this one, I just reached for the strongest, most freakishly powerful Pokemon, just that comes to my head first, pretty much. And then applied some minor restrictions to not just take the top that I find. Like, I didn't want any of their types to align. I did decide to give one exception to Regieleki. And I wanted to have 3 physical attackers and 3 special attackers. I wanted that level of diversity, just in case. But next time I build a team, how do I put it? There'll be more of a team, so to speak. Because this one, I wasn't really thinking of how their types would work together with each other. That wasn't really a thought in mind. It was just trying to avoid them crossing over type-wise. Aside from, well... Oh, that's making me decide again. That's interesting. Well, this time it's going to be really weird. Chaos will run rampant in this fight. I can actually guess what one of the 2 firsts will be. If not both of them. If it's both of them, that'll be a bit of a problem, because it's going to immediately create a bit of a problem. Ground Pokemon, yes. Very, very good. It's interesting. I feel like, aside from the Paradox Pokemon, this is one of the first times I feel like seeing my younger brother use ground Pokemon. I mean, I guess his team, his main game team, does have a ground Pokemon in it. But they're not like a heavily notable attacker. Like, they're not like super powerful. Oh! So he didn't send out a ground Pokemon first. It'll be the death of you. Works for me. Though, the Ogerpon doing its thing did actually break my Miraidon. That's a bit alarming. That is rather alarming. Here we go. Let's make things a little different this time. Yeah, actually looks a little bit fitting on him. I imagine he'll just send out his ground type. His other one, that is. But what if he's got something else in mind? Interesting. Tough. Take this. Oh, you resisted that really well. It's like he made his Ogerpon. Yeah, he can't be holding out Assault Vest. That's kind of weird. How did he survive that well? It's like he trained his one like a tank. A really, really tough tank. Huh. Well, that's an interesting idea. This kind of works out nicely for me, sort of. Behold the power. This is where the balance will start to feel quite dangerous. Surprisingly, he put up a terrain that'll actually benefit me quite a lot. I'm surprised that his Ogerpon has that move, actually. Especially while it's in a fire form. No matter. You'll perish anyways. Both of you will perish. Interesting. It must be really tough. It's a little bit unfortunate that Calyrex is faster. I'm trying to recall, did I specialize it into speed? I think so. It's just a bit unfortunate in this case. Because I can't have it clean up the kill, but I guess it's better now that it's been buffed once. Yeah. But there isn't a whole lot he'll be able to do about this. He can try to bait me to switch him out by bringing out the bear. But the bear alone won't scare me, not while I have two guys. What would he have to do to get me to be concerned enough to flee? Well, who does he have left? Oh, he did bring out the bear. Okay. Now that I think about it, I probably should get Maridon out of there as fast as possible, because right now he's weaker. Okay, but this works out. And this doesn't, so... Yeah, that is what would get me to cause Calyrex to flee, if I was concerned. But I'm not. Bye-bye, bear. Not bye-bye, bear. Question mark. Okay. I mean, that works. Never mind, you most certainly would have died if I hit you with a ghost move. I'm confused as to your Fluttermane stats now. I must have like a really, really high special attack, but the other stats must have been neglected somehow. How comes it's... Or maybe its physical defense is better than I think it is, year one, specifically. It didn't take that very well. Then again, I guess there is a grassy terrain. Oh wait, I'm buffed. Now I think I am buffed, actually. That makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so on one end it's good to blast you, on the other end it's not. What a confusing predicament you've given me. Oh. I'll blast you with that. The bear needs to be taken out. Oh, shoot. To be fair, I only ended up bringing out the guys who are best for the double battle situation. One of the others would have been useful, but problematic at the same time.
Ground types, and you bring out all the electric that's medium anyway.
Indeed.
It would be very likely that I at least bring one of the ground types out.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to do.
And you do it anyway.
That's what I thought you were going to do after I selected my Pokemon. You see, the thought didn't occur to me when I chose them that they might both come out.
Of course. One of them...
I thought one would for sure come out.
And when there's
but I didn't...
one dude that I can outspeed in your team, you still build
Yes. Just in case. You never know what might happen.
That's only if you bring your Zamazenta out. And I have...
Plus, it hits both guys. That's probably one of the biggest. Yeah, that's one of the biggest benefits until a ground type.
Electric types like that, you just single attack each dude.
But then
and win.
But then you swapped into a different.
And then you also didn't use 2 electric ones, which makes sense.
Exactly.
Because
Coverage.
now you were expecting ground.
I had one of them go on the electric berserk with a web. And then the other, fairy.
I actually realized that my opponent moveset isn't exactly designed properly for fire mode.
How fast and strong is your ogre pawn? I'm very confused. It's taken some.
And I think it's 350 attack. Its speed I think is around 300 something. Didn't do anything to its speed basically. And then I just pumped everything else.
Now that I think about it, my one's defenses are pretty good too.
It's a pretty.
Wait, hold on. Your one might actually have worse defenses than mine. What the heck? Hold on. Wait, what's your defenses? And health? Yeah. Well, that's a lot more.
It's got like a 277.
200.
277 speed, 360 something HP, and 200. I don't know.
That's what mine looks like.
Ooh.
It will outspeed you. It will out-tank you. Of course, unless you're like primarily a tank. No, it won't out-tank your tank one.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is,
Mine would out amount damage
yes.
by like almost 25 points.
Yes.
Yours would out speed because you mentioned
Wowzers, your one's, well, it's not slow. It's just by ogre pawn standards, it appears to be rather slow.
I thought I didn't do anything to its speed, but I did. I think I wanted it to be 275 and then put everything else to attack it defensively. Oh, that was some pretty.
That was really fascinating.
I think we're gonna call it fire.
Rightio. Thanks for giving me some really good battles.
You're welcome. I feel like only like 2 of them felt really good. The others were just bloods for the most part. It's like you either brought out one dog or the other, and they proceeded to beat everyone. Afterward, the rest of the team had no chance against whoever you had.
The only one that almost looked like a blowout to me that comes to mind straight away was that one.
That one, yeah, but the other one's also, what is it? The one where you brought Zamazenta, or the one where you brought Zacian. That's when they felt like kind of like that. Also, yeah, you designing them straight like sweepers, like I suppose people normally should be doing, instead of me, kind of put me at a disadvantage.
I was very surprised by your ogre pawn. Every time it took a hit,
It took it much better.
I was like, what? Am I seeing things? Is this not an ogre pawn?
HP pays off. But
This ogre pawn was taking hits better than some of my tanks wish they would take hits, and that confused me. It was taking hits almost as well as I wish my bear would take hits, and my bear does have more health and defense than my ogre pawn. It has more than your ogre pawn. It still felt like it wasn't taking the hits as well as I wanted it to.
yeah, you're right. He should. Well,
It's supposed to hold an assault vest.
oh yeah.
That's what mine is supposed to do.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it. Mine is holding that normal jimmies, you saw, which makes it
A little horrifying,
the
but
most powerful, one of the most powerful blood moves, perhaps in this game actually.
that's a big statement when there are things like Rage Fist and Last Respects
Oh.
in the same game.
You're not, as long as you on turn 1,
Turn 1, Flower Trick is pretty flowery,
Blood
apparently.
Moon. Wait, how strong is Flower Trick?
Well, when you consider how it's
What's the power of Flower Trick?
critical hit every time, remember?
Is it more powerful than 140 power? No, it isn't. 140 power is double that. So it's like,
Do you remember what a critical hit does?
yeah, at 1.5. It still needs a 33%. Basically, it needs a Terra on top of it.
Or Stab, which the Pokemon that
The
will
thing
have
is-
this move will have that.
But
So Stab.
but the bear has stab on it.
I
so
suppose
it
you do have a
cancels out.
point.
Stabs cancel out, but the 140 power is double that move.
But I can also ignore your defense buffs if you ever have any. There are
Yeah.
other advantages. I also
But
can't
that kid's a
miss.
physical attacker. I didn't ever use it, but my bear's only got Calm 9. He doesn't need a physical defense boost because his HP and defense is so good. He takes hits like a truck.
Yours does have Calm Mind.
Yeah, it does. It's the compensation for, not assault SEO.
Does it got the Protect?
No, actually. It
Interesting.
would just calm mind or something, I suppose.
Just like the one we find in the story.
It would moonlight or something, I don't know.
With Moonlight, that just sounds
The thing I'm
goofy.
wondering about is how does moonlight interact with weather? I understand the sun
It
would be
requires sun to be better.
Well, that's
From what I
was about to
remember.
ask. It was like, it wouldn't really make much sense for the sun to make it better, would it? Because morning sun does it. So why would moonlight?
But yeah, a new idea in mind for for ultimate team building on my part. Because you did manage to beat my just
It was due to
thrown
a lot of-
together.
It was due to a lot of good switches that I could do
Because
to give me the edge.
for the
if
next
you predicted
team,
a bit more of my switches, I would have died.
because for the next team,
Pathetically.
it's not going to be as simple as, oh, basically pick the hardest hitters and don't match types. Except for these two, because I gave an exception.
Maybe I should do the same, where I pick the hardest hitters, I'll match types and see how you do that. Except I'll bring Rich Dragon instead.
That's an interesting idea.
Maybe.
There's so many more things that can kill him.
I'll need to get a Reggie Draco that's max speed. That's what I need. So I can choice skirt him and no one outspeed him.
Yeah,
And he'll kill everyone first turn.
except for
Yes.
Pokemon that doesn't need to really outspeed him.
Well, a maxed speed Reggie Draco plus choice scarf. There's a lot of things that don't outspeed that. Even if they're trying to speed.
Well, I said except for things that don't need to outspeed it.
Well, only fairy types and steel types.
But yeah, that was
Do you know Iron Ball or Legging Tail works for Trick Room? Legging Tail might
Legging
makes
Tail gives you
laugh.
priority,
Well, it gives you
like
negative
negative priority. Yeah, but the
I don't
Iron
think
Ball
that
will
was-
cut your speed in half. So yes.
So Iron Ball is better than Room Service potentially. In certain
At
situations.
least I think it cuts your mobility by half.
Because what is it? Room
But it takes
Service-
up your item that you're holding.
But Room Service does the same.
It gets discarded upon being used.
But certain Pokemon don't care about it being discarded or not.
But some do.
Plus, Iron Ball is much more damage from flame.
I know, that's
Being hit-
I have someone who wants to
Being
do
able
that.
Being able to be hit by ground moves doesn't matter for a lot of Pokemon that aren't immune to ground type.
I suppose. But there are only so many of those Pokemon that are standing on the ground.
I might
So it ends
actually
up
do
looking
that for
really
one of my
weird for
Trick
like
Room
Pokemon
dudes.
like this guy.
Make him hold an Iron Ball so that he's half speed.
Yes, immune to ground. Sure. Right. How?
The idea is that maybe he jumps up as soon as you try to earthquake it.
And
Jumps
you're,
into the sky.
and you're telling me this thing can't perform something similar?
Believe it or not.
Look at its hooves.
Believe it or not, Garchomp's supposedly can fly.
Believe it or not, this
So, I mean,
Pokemon
like, if that
apparently
Zap-
just
if
can't.
Garchomp can fly, so can that Zapdos. Sure.
We know that Palkia can fly. This one practically is flying
And
already.
I wanna just make every special, like, super duper legendary just be immune. Like that.
How do I
That'd be
put
too
it?
good.
It was back in the day, but not entirely because most of them didn't exist back in the
What I
day.
mean is that they're not just gonna make every.
That at least that far back in the
They
day.
ain't just gonna make every super duper legendary immune to ground. Like, come on. That would be ridiculous. That would also invalidate ground type as well. If you made all of them. Any Pokemon that's like, oh yeah, they could float at least for a bit. Ground type would just would just go into the dirt and never come back. Anyhow, that was.
But yeah, that was interesting.
Also, with the fact that Enamorous has Contrary as an ability.
Can have it,
It's an ability then, maybe?
maybe.
I thought, when I asked you last time, it sounded like it was just its ability.
I'm trying to remember.
It didn't have an ability in Arceus, so. Could be, as far as I see it.
It could.
Could have been.
It might.
But what is it? I realized that in a double battle, you could have your Diplin use the Dip Surge, and it would get its speed. What is it? It would gain basically a speed boost ability for the next 2 turns. Assuming
Yes.
it works.
You could do the same thing with Octolock, except it wouldn't be speed. which would basically cosmic power them every turn for, I think, the unforeseeable future.
No, I'm just imagining the whole thing where you just like protect, like you're just like you're like keeping that Eris alive while like buffing it with these crazy buffs.
It would be rather ridiculous, that's for sure.
Speed boost one is cool as down using, but I want to be like super good. It's an interesting strategy.
Well, it depends on what you were going for, you know?
I feel like the better strategy for Diglin is to give your dudes
Evolve.
moves that can miss. Well, I suppose there's that, but moves that can miss, so that the evasive miss lets you basically deal more damage without any fall.
So what do you think of these Rayquaza stats? I was talking to Xavier about them earlier.
That's crazy.
Look at that speed.
Aside from the speed, but the fact that if you're super effective against the thing, it's not gonna die.
Yeah, but why do you think it's got that speed?
It's because you double it on both the attack stats, so you didn't put any much to speed.
I had plenty of room to give it the speed it needed.
It just doesn't have great speed then.
But I trained it. Why do you think I trained it like that?
You wanted it to trick Rufus.
Okay, the one thing I can tell you that I can't justify is why its defenses look that way. I don't know why it looks that way. I really don't. This Pokemon was meant to Mega Evolve. The rest of its stats, aside from its defenses, just because I'm not sure why they look like that,
Because it becomes crazy.
the rest of them were pinpoint precision trained to my liking.
Your attack stats are unjustified for the single special move you have that doesn't have any stat on it.
I don't understand why the defenses are like this. In fact, the attacks
no, I mean
could
the
be
attack stats.
the attack stats could be even higher.
The attack
Honestly,
stats are unjustified for the single non-stab hyper beam you have on.
oh, the moves are ruined right now, Car. Like, look,
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
have you seen Cresselia recently?
Moonlight, Future Sight, Lunar Blessing, Lunar Dance are signature moves. Future Sight, strong second move, Moonlight.
If I'm being completely honest, the way it looks right now, it looks like I've tampered with it already. I just didn't remember. But look at these two. They got the same. This one's the only one who seems to know different for some reason. It's not like it was brought into the game looking like this, so why is it different? Look at that. All water moves. You think I did that to it?
Probably not.
I may have. I don't remember.
Spark is pretty powerful. Anyhow.
But yeah, thanks for
That's
battling
crazy
me.
Fighting. For some reason, I never expect the non-Paldean Pokemon that are brought up for Pokemon Home. I never expect them every time I see them in Pokemon. Beast Bloods?
Really?
Is that like cheating or something?
Is that like
no,
cheating?
Is that part of the rulebooks or something? Let me check. Or something. Like it just, what is it? It's weird every time I see it in my brain. Sure, it's like, oh well, yeah, they can come up with it, but it's like I always forgot about them entirely. It's like they weren't like considered a part of whatever I thought I was gonna fight. Yeah.
this special tank. You almost qualify. Until I can decide otherwise. Hmm. There's nothing I can give it item-wise that would substitute for an assault vest. Same for you. I mean, you would do. Just feels weird to try to use you. It's gonna require a bit more thought, and I can do that off recording. Then, with that said, I will actually end it here. Yes. As usual, it's been me, Fuzz. And you'll see me again next time. Bye for now. Wow, though. Those are some interesting battles.